But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Matthew 13:16. Okay? 10:18. And he said unto them, because this is important actually for any of my viewers that are not of the enemy, because I'm well aware that the enemy is also watching me. Okay? And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Now, that hurt you doesn't exclude it doesn't exclude having troubles or woes. All right. It literally means hurt you. God Almighty will take care of his own. I'm convinced of that. But there again, we as his children need to we need to move and act. And so it's important. 10:20, notwithstanding in this rejoice not. Okay, so Jesus is telling us, don't rejoice because we have the power over serpents and scorpions and our enemies. He's saying, notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Okay? So, in other words, don't get on no power trip. I've heard many of people talking about ego. I'm not going to go there because everybody I'm seeing talk about ego, in my own opinion, they're full of it. They're full of their own ego. All right? So, Christ is in fact saying don't go on a power trip. But he's saying just know. And it's through the things like what we're talking about today. It's through the things with the Crucihoax video. It's all of my videos basically, excluding my musical ones, if you want to call that music. But so in that hour, Jesus rejoiced in spirit and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered to me of my Father, and no man knoweth who the Son is, but the Father, and who the Father is, but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him. Of course, that's italicized. 10:23, and he turned him unto his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. 10:24, for I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Okay? So that's all very important pertaining to not only this video, but any of my other videos. And I would encourage the seeker to find those videos. Uh, they're on my Saul Bagley channel, they're on my Orbiting Webstar channel, and they are on my Mysterian Lives channel. So there you go. Have a good day. Okay, so this video is going to be kind of strange, as if that's anything new. So yesterday, apparently 20 hours ago, but I'm not so sure how accurate this is, but I made a comment to Dave J, and I said, okay, we had a misunderstanding. It is my fault, okay? And I find this video subject matter very interesting, as I had contemplated the very subject back in the 80s, watching old film clips and wondering why I should believe what I was seeing as being real. And I wrote, so my journey began. Okay, I wrote that yesterday. So now, in the course of everything, last night I was playing a little guitar, and I was playing this track, listening to it, see if I wanted to play along with it. And Jenny said that she thought it sounded like a Billy Idol song. So I thought about it, and I thought maybe Rock the Cradle of Love or whatever that song's called. And so she sent me a video on Facebook. For privacy matters, I'm not going to show that. But she had looked at some Billy Idol stuff, and she shared with me Hot in the City Tonight video. And today I hadn't watched it, and today she asked me if I had watched it. And I hadn't, so I decided to go ahead and watch it. Now, I found some things in there to be very interesting. Now, the Hot in the City Hot in the City is a 1982 song by Billy Idol, released on his self-titled album. It charted at number 23. Okay. 58 in the UK. 87 reached number 13. Okay, so now we notice here the length here on this Wikipedia page is 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay, label is Chrysalis. So it was 82. Okay, so it's off his debut album after Generation X, his work with Generation X. Okay, which I know nothing about. So now we get to the video itself. Well, actually, I want to go over this one first. Notice angel, the word angel in here. So I started watching this one here after I watched the original released video, the one that Jenny had sent me. So notice this is March 20, 2010. Notice what it says here. It says, let the journey begin here. Okay. My journey began the 80s. Okay, I wrote that yesterday prior to any of this going down. So now, back to this video, and there's a few things in here. I don't know what that elite music thing was for this particular video, but there's a couple of things in here I wanted to point out. This has all the lyrics as well. So it starts out with stranger, saying stranger. So like stranger things have happened, right? Okay. Okay, this is the part I want to point out. Now notice the 33.5 RPM on this one here, and the time is labeled at 3:40. Okay. So now the other one, this part isn't on there. I don't remember where that was. Okay, I would recommend that after you watch this video that you just go over this yourself. Okay, here was the other one. Okay, so now here we have 3:30. Okay, because there was various different releases of this particular song for whatever reason. Notice we have the butterfly here. Okay, so the time on this is 3:30, and you don't have the RPMs mentioned on there, and you'll see why. It's not important if you already have the 33 on there. It's not important to even mention that other part. So now here you have 3:30 as well. Okay, and then this here says that the name Billy Idol was inspired by a school teacher's description of Broad as idol. Okay. So here we have Billy Idol born William Michael. So you have the W and the M. You have Albert Broad. Okay, so 30/11, November 1955. An English rock musician. Okay, so now I don't need to point out the 9/11 in the name there, obviously, but I just did. We have Albert covered. The M and the M twice there with the W. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so moving on. Moving on. Okay, now, this is the part I found extremely interesting. Although the released version of the song contains a verse in which Idol shouts New York, okay, other versions of the song were recorded for various radio stations, including one in which he shouts New Haven. Okay, now you might ask yourself, well, Mark, what does that have to do with anything? And of course, what it has to do with New Haven is that right there. Yale. So what we have there is Skull and Bones, of course. Um, so we have the Connecticut link there. So now here's the video, and notice it from EMI, which I always called Evil Music Incorporated as I growing up as a kid, after having begun my journey in the 80s, okay? You could have knocked me off of my chair when I saw that this was March 9th, because I just said to Jenny, after I noticed in here, right here, this 11, I said there has to be a 9 in here because I saw that 11. And so as soon as I said there has to be a 9, I minimized this and I noticed that this was released on March 9th, 2009. So there was not only one 9, there was 2. But anyway, so nevertheless, this is uploaded by EMI. This is the original MTV version, I do believe. And so what I have done here is, here's one scene where you have the 2 crosses. You have the SS right there. You have a cross, the cross is laying on the ground right here. What they're gonna raise up this girl on the cross. You'll have to watch the video for yourself. This is following the video I did on the Crusa hoax today for Sunday, having to do with the 2 false black witnesses, okay, for the Vatican, to make everybody look over there. Some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about when it pertains to that, but that's not the subject matter of this right here. I found this extremely interesting, those 2 crosses with the SS. Okay, so now we have, you might be saying, well, Mark, where's the 9? And I've already prepared that ahead of time for you. There's the 9/11, okay, from 1982. So we have predictive programming all over this. Okay, Billy Idol himself in his name right here. I is the 9th letter. Of course, L, the 2 L's, you can say, well, Mark, the L's are the 12th letter. And I would say, yeah, they are. And then I would go, 24 and 9 equals what? And of course, you would see exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, the hot in the city, of course, where he shouts New York, it definitely pertains to all of this. Okay, so there's my video for today. Oh my God, I'm done at 3:35, 4:27. All right, Queenie will love all that, I'm sure. Anyway, there's my video. Here, I just noticed something else in here. And I'm sure that you'll see that as well. Notice the SS is in there. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. Along with the American flag, of course. How many stars do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stars. So it looks like they have the tribes of Israel correct on here. So, yeah, very interesting stuff.